Zambia Decides 2026. Zambia Decides 2026.
Kindly share the broadcast. Urgent message. Family or followers of Brian Mundubile, share the message quickly, share the message. I'm going to put Honorable Brian Mundubile on the phone immediately. Tell each other alert quickly. Honorable Brian Mundubile, good evening.
Good evening to you, Ian. Good evening.
Good evening. Please share from the time we understand that you left the African Union Observer Commission.
Yes, that should have been around 17 hours. We left the meeting at Pamosi with the SADC, observer missions.
Who were in the entourage with you?
I was with Honorable Mutotwe Kafwaya, Honorable George Sanga, Bishop Trevor Mwamba. We were with Tasila's husband, Patrick Mwansa. Of course, I was with my bodyguard, Richard Banda. I was with my driver, Mutambo, and a few other security people. Shortly after we got to our home along Kudu Road in Kabulonga, the security came to tell me that our yard in Roma, where we normally park our equipment, was raided by some soldiers. Some soldiers had surrounded the yard in Roma. So I was trying to make some phone calls to get some people to go there and wonder why the soldiers should surround our yard. Then the bodyguard came back and said, as a matter of fact, even this place has been surrounded. They had some commandos who were outside. And before long, these people accessed the yard, breaking everything along the way. Of course, we locked the doors, trying to secure ourselves. We made a few phone calls with the hope that, some people would show up.
Yes.
They began to break down windows and doors until they accessed the house. Now, in the process, Honorable Kafwaya, myself and my wife were in the master bedroom. We had locked away the kids in the other room. So these guys had already, I don't know how many people were shot at. I don't know who was shot at. But somehow they managed to break the door to the master bedroom. And we had locked ourselves in the walk-in wardrobe. So the moment they got in, two guys came in. And when they saw Kafwaya sitting in a corner, really, and immediately opened fire. Kafwaya was shot at twice,
Honorable Mtoto Kafwaya was shot at twice.
Oh, he was shot at twice in my presence. My wife was watching. Then they turned to where I was because I had, slid beneath the table. They actually fired twice. If you were to see me now, I wouldn't want to go live.
Yes.
Some of the debris that was coming from the bullet that hit the wall is actually in my hair now. So my wife was standing in the wardrobe, sprung out. She couldn't hold it. She thought I'd actually been hit. She's the one that saved me. And at that point, they began to drag us out. All of us were dragged out. It took a while because we were asked to crawl. We're being stepped on like animals, like common criminals. I didn't fear to address them. I told them, I said, I have committed no crime. The only crime I've committed is to present myself for the leadership of this country, to serve the poor Zambians, including yourselves that are. So each time I said that, they hit me, and I said, I'll not stop talking, because the Lord that I worship should enter your hearts for you to see that what you're doing is wrong. So anyway, the long and the short of it is, after an hour's ordeal, they eventually got us in vehicles. My wife and the 3 kids and my niece were put behind the pickup. I was put and guarded in one of the vehicles.
Honorable
And we
Munduvile,
drove-
just mention who was your children. Just mention the names. It's very important for all of us because we are recording this and we are live.
Yes. So besides my wife, there was Malumbo, Tulumbe, and Natasha, and our niece Winnie. And there was my nephew, Francis Mulenga, in addition to the other names that I mentioned. So we were all taken.
Yes.
I can account for my daughters, my niece, and my wife now. I can't account for George Sanga. I don't know whether Mtoto Kafwa is alive. I can't account for Richard Banda, my bodyguard, and my driver, Mutambo, and the rest of them. I cannot account for them. Yeah, so...
And
it's
Patrick
really sad.
Mwansa.
But I saw him alive as at the time they were putting us in vehicles and driving away. That I can confirm. I saw that he was being put to the car. He was alive. The others, I didn't see them, so I can't account for them.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, so
proceed.
So it's very difficult to know what these soldiers wanted. For us, as far as we're concerned, it was a clear assassination. There was nothing more. We don't know what held them back. Maybe because I constantly talked about the God that I worship. Yeah, but there's nothing less. That was a pure assassination. Because what have we done? What have we done? Okay? I mean, why the military? Why the military? I mean, not less than 50, 60 military officers. Up to now, if you go to...
Honorable Munduvile, just a minute. Where were you taken? I want the story to how you are where you are, because we need to send people maybe to where you are. But first, kindly tell us how you moved.
We were taken to service headquarters. For some reason, they couldn't find the keys to the room they wanted to take us to. Then later, we're driven to the command center. It was at the command center that one officer asked me where I wanted to go. I said to him, "Look, you just got me out of the house, and you've broken down everything in that house. The kids are traumatized. Take me to IBEX." So we debated and later agreed on where they should drop us, and that's how they dropped us. So I later gave him a list of George Sanga and the rest of them to say, "Look, there's similar circumstance. The fact that you let me go, you have no reason to hold those people." So that, but we don't know where they are, in the fact.
I received an urgent call from Jackson Mutioka's wife and Chewe. Were they with you? These are some of your bodyguards.
Jackson Mutioka?
And Mr. Chewe. No.
Yes, they were with us. They may have been with us, but I haven't seen them.
Okay. But Banda was with you. Was Banda shot, as you have seen, because you are saying Honorable Mtoto Kafwa was shot twice?
Yeah. Jackson, I think, I saw Jackson. He's remained at the command center.
Okay.
I didn't see Chewe. Jackson I saw he's remained at the command center. Yeah. So, Comrade Mwamba, it's very sad. This is not the Zambia that people yearn for. I didn't ever think we could get to this.
And
Honestly
who has
speaking,
been released? Is Mrs. Munduvile with you? Are the twins, are your kids with you? Who has been released to your
Yes,
knowledge?
sir. No, so far it's just me and my family. I don't know about the other people, and I should not know, what really, why they were holding us. So I don't even know who's still being held.
We saw a Facebook post that stated that they were. Did you make that Facebook post? A lot of people were very concerned
No.
about that Facebook post.
Which one?
There's a Facebook post that talked about that you were being held by the military and that you were all fine. But from what you've described, we could have lost some lives. You were tortured. You were brutally beaten. You were made to crawl.
Yes, somebody has to make a statement as to how many people have been killed. There was a lot of gunfire in that yard. The neighbors around there can attest to that. You know, if you go there now, there's still 3 military Land Cruisers at that house. I went back. I said, because we just dropped somewhere. Of course, we wouldn't give details for security
please
reasons.
don't.
We needed to access a vehicle. We need to access one of the vehicles. So we went there, of course, heavily guarded. They led us into the bedroom. My goodness, everything has been ransacked. You wouldn't want to
They've ransacked your house, literally. And probably any valuables taken.
Of course, there was money. I would not want to mention value. A lot of money that has been picked from there. They've taken advantage of the phones. A number of phones that belong to my daughter, my wife. Everything is gone. Okay. Yeah, the valuables. You know, the ladies with jewelry and everything is gone. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So before I let you go for your own safety and for us to coordinate this off the camera, you issued a very powerful statement this morning, probably that has attracted this fierce response from the state, that you demanded that election results be announced, and you stated that you had won elections. You just speak to that and to the millions of Zambians that voted for you.
Well, first of all, Emmanuel, people should not misunderstand power of voter tabulation. Okay? If one speaks to their PVT, they are not declaring themselves winner. They are not declaring themselves winner. They are simply saying, according to our power of voter tabulation, we are winning this election. And then very quickly, I proceeded to say, we call upon the ECZ to announce the results so that we can verify. Okay? That was the position. And, so if that statement, excited people, it's most unfortunate, because you have your own tabulation.
Yes.
Your tabulation can be inaccurate, it can be accurate. So when you discover that the official results from the ECZ are different from the ones that you have, then you engage, because you have an issue. You are saying to the ECZ, according to the polling stations and according to these Gen 20s, this is our tally. How are you finding a different number? And you begin to go through. That's the whole purpose. Yes.
Okay. Before again I let you go, how do you see this process, and how confident are you that from what you stated, what do you see the outcome of these elections? It's so sad that we're already fearing for Honorable Mutotwe Kafuaya's life, who was shot, and you said you saw it and he was bleeding profusely. Just kindly speak to that before I let you go and speak to you privately.
No, well, what I want to say, first of all, I want to call for peace and calm. Amid all this confusion that is going, I want to call for peace and calm. Our resolve is that we don't destroy our own country. Zambia has to survive. Zambia, as a republic, has got to survive. And every Zambian must take responsibility to ensure that order is restored. We know that we have observer missions. We had a very fruitful meetings with them today. We've done a number of engagements with other foreign stakeholders on this particular matter. And one of the things that they guided was, look, in the position that I am, I have to be very careful with what I say.
Correct.
Okay, and so that people do not misunderstand it. For now, I can call for peace and calm. We already aired our concerns with the observer missions. One of the concerns that we had was that before ECZ vacated the area position, we wanted them to continue counting and announcing these votes. That was our position. Secondly, we had made a very earnest appeal to say there is no need for the army to be involved in this particular process. The army was involved at Mulungushi. They're involved on the street. Just now, I was picked by a group of army soldiers. Okay? So it's unprecedented. Our elections are managed by integral security. The police manage these particular electoral processes. We wonder why now they must involve the army. Why is the army involved? So the presence of the army, the presence of the armored vehicles for the army are escalating the tension in most of these areas. And we are saying, for the sake of Zambia, can the army be withdrawn from the compounds? Can they be withdrawn from Mulungushi so that the regular police is deployed to take care of the situation? EM, if you remember, 2021 was a very violent election. Nothing compared to this election. And the measures that people would want to put in place now, there is no situation to merit that, unfortunately. There is no situation to merit the deployment of these officers in these particular areas. Yeah, so to our supporters, you have made your position known. You have voted. Your vote has been counted. And since your vote has been counted, it was counted and announced somewhere and recorded somewhere. So for now, we'll wait upon the ECZ to ensure that the votes are announced as was recorded in the beginning, and that they make sure they do this speedily so that they do not excite the people who may be anxious at this stage.
Thank you very much. The whole country has been, the anxieties were so high. We're all praying for you. We are all very gripped with sadness and fear for you. We are glad that you are okay. We pray for those that were with you.
I don't know if I'm okay, Emmanuel. I had to call you because we don't know how the night will end.
True.
Before we walk to safety, we looked for your number. A good Samaritan gave us your number. I'm sure you know what we've been through the past 20 minutes to get your number.
Yes.
We needed the world to know because we don't even know whether we'll be able to drive 1 kilometer away from where we are. Exactly. So that's the reason why we called. We want the Zambian people to know the truth. And the truth is that we were raided. We were almost killed. I don't know how many people have been killed from the group that I was with.
Yeah, thank you. We thank God for the gift of life. We thank God and we pray for you Zambians. Pray for Brian Mundubile and his wife and his family. They've been released. They've been released to a place that is still not safe. And the gruesome matters they've gone through. Literally, this is an assassination plot. And there are people that are feared dead in his entourage. And so you will allow me to speak to Brian Mundubile and coordinate with the others that need to reach him urgently. Thank you.
Zambia Decides 2026. Zambia Decides 2026. Zambia Decides 2026.
Good evening. I thought I denied the nation an opportunity for us to discuss this harrowing experience for the current leading candidate for the 2026 elections, Brian Mundubile, and just what he detailed. There's so many questions, and you keep on asking me, is Brian safe? Is Honorable Mundubile safe? I don't know. That's my answer. the lot of conspiracy theories. Was he really away from his captors and abductors? Is it true that he was released and he made this phone call? I don't know. And we can only pray for him and his family and all those that were captured. I have a message from Tarsila Lungu that I want to play just shortly. She wants that communicated to you. Tarsila Lungu, remember her husband is in the entourage, and she wants that message communicated. Her husband is among those that were captured on the premises where shots were fired, where we are fearing for the lives of both Honorable Mtoto Kafwaya and even George Sanga, the former Lukasha MP, former last president. And you heard in the message from Honorable Brian Munduvile that he was worried about George Sanga and that he could confirm that Mtoto Kafwaya was shot twice. That is extremely serious, and for that reason, Tarsila has a message for the, just for you and me. She's appealing. You hear it. Let me just download it quickly, and I'll read it to you.
Zambia Decides 2026. Zambia Decides 2026.
Family, we are in the middle of an election. There were instructions given by permanent secretaries across all provinces that the district officers should not release presidential results and that they should submit the G20 forms, surrender the G20 form. That's a matter we're tracking earlier. We should not lose sight of the big picture, which is the election, where Brian Munduvile is a contender. We should not lose sight of that. All these harrowing experiences is as a result of that election, the current election that has not been declared or determined, and we don't know yet from Mrs. It who has won elections. So we should not lose sight of that. I will prepare the message from Tarsila, but let me play it just now. We'll put it properly where we can put it on the screen, but let's just play the audio that she has sent from my phone.
Hey, thank you for your concern. I'm worried sick. Patrick is missing. I'm getting third-party information that he was with some others and that they were abducted by men in uniform, but I'm not sure if in fact these are men in uniform or if they were just thugs. I hear that one of them has been shot and the other one killed. I'm so worried. It's not like Patrick not to communicate for this long. He hasn't been home and the phone was just ringing. He hasn't been answering. I don't know his whereabouts. I don't know if he's okay. I just don't know anything. I'm blank. And I think at this point I can just appeal to the public. If anyone has any information about Patrick's whereabouts, to just let us know. Thank you so much.
Let me play it again.
Hey, thank you for your concern. I'm worried sick. Patrick is missing. I'm getting third-party information that he was with some others and that they were abducted by men in uniform, but I'm not sure if in fact these are men in uniform or if they were just thugs. I hear that one of them has been shot and the other one killed. So worried. It's not like Patrick not to communicate for this long. He hasn't been home and the phone was just ringing. He hasn't been answering. I don't know his whereabouts. I don't know if he's okay. I just don't know anything. I'm blank. And I think at this point I can just appeal to the public. If anyone has any information about Patrick's whereabouts, to just let us know. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's Tasila Lungu Mwansa seeking and searching for her husband, and she has had this report that is among those that were abducted from the Kablonga home where Brian Mundwile was attacked by soldiers, and shots were fired, and we need the police to tell us. I cannot say here who has passed on. I cannot. The police should tell us who was shot and has died. The police must tell us. At least Brian Mundwile told us he was extremely worried for Honorable Mtoto Kafwaya, because in his own words, Mtoto Kafwaya was shot twice, and he expressed a lot of alarm around that. He was also very concerned about George Sanga. Then he was worried about the children, because even the 12-year-olds were put through his ordeal. And the line is open now. You can call and tell us your views. Honorable Brian Mundwile told us himself that he's been released and that he's at a place. He still said, I'm still not safe. We can take that message, but it's just difficult, the circumstances under which we're playing with, if is okay, safe and sound. But at least we are proof of life. We heard his voice, and before he came on the program, I had to listen to him for 5 minutes. I just wanted to authenticate, the intonations, the type of choice of words, and when I was satisfied that it was Honorable Brian Mundwile, and I sought permission that I could put him, on live, because I was live, and he was gracious enough, unprepared, but he was gracious enough to have a natural conversation, not prepared text as you saw. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from, and make your contribution. Hello. Hello. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Yes, you are live on the program. Do you want to speak live on the program?
Hello?
Do you want to switch off the other device?
Okay, let me switch it off. Just a minute. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Make your contribution.
Yes, I wanted you to confirm, because I was listening to communication from Jojo Banda concerning what you just showed us, the video, and he's saying it's all manipulated. It's all manipulated. It's not real. He was told to do that under duress. That is not a real video. So I wanted to just confirm, is it true that what you've just showed us is not a real video from Mundwile? He's doing that under capture.
For me, that's why I put it out to you. He had an interview with me for 17 minutes, so you can determine from what you heard. What do you think?
It's difficult to tell, because according to JJ was saying, don't believe in that video that Ambassador Mwamba showed you.
Okay, my brother. We have our own broadcast. We don't discuss other people's broadcast.
All right.
Yeah, because we will be then comparing and doing other things.
Okay, thank you,
Zambia decides
Ambassador.
2026. Zambia decides 2026. Zambia decides 2026. Zambia decides 2026.
Yes, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from and make your contribution. Hello, caller.
Bamamba.
Yes. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from and make your contribution.
Fresh here, Mr. Fresh on the line. So I was saying, I really, after hearing the message from the public about what was happening at our boss's place, we were at Kabwat Totaling Center, and we left with my team. We rushed there, only to find that the road was blocked. Someone called me to say people are more like loading ballot papers along Kudu Road, Kapulonga. So can you rush and check what is happening? Because it's more like army is doing something here.
Yeah.
That's when we left that place, before we even knew that these people are within the territory of our boss. So the moment we were reaching Kapulonga Kudu Road, we saw, the lights of these signs to say there's danger ahead of us. We drove slowly, only to find that the road was packed with about 5 vehicles along the road. Some vehicles were not registered, almost 2 Toyota Land Cruisers, which were not having these number plates. The other army vehicles, which were labeled, some were at the gate. The gate was completely open. The other vehicles were parked off the road. So we were a little bit scared because by that time I didn't even know that is my boss's place. So we left. We went ahead somewhere near Mika and decided to come back. That's when we captured some videos. And these people are armed, and these are brutal guys. So we passed again round 2. The moment we were going back round 3, we found that those that were parked vehicles that have left, only 3 vehicles remained behind, and 2 were exactly parked exactly by the entrance, such that the vans, where the face is facing to the road and the trailer was facing at the door, and the gate was truly wide open. The other vehicle was parked at a distance, trying to check what maybe the public is coming to check and whatnot. So we went, and my guys were like, for now, maybe they will sense the dangers why this vehicle is passing here. So we stayed like 30 minutes by Ruby's filling station. We walked there,
only to find that the car that was at the distance has left. We found back again, those two were still parked at the gate. So we were so shocked because we didn't know what really happened. And when we check on social media, the writings were so disturbing. We went back to the car, and someone just told me to say, okay, let's leave, because for now we don't have the truth. We tried to call numbers of those that we suspected to be with the boss, nothing. I tried to call George Sanga, I tried to call Mtoto Kafaya. Until now, right now, I'm from calling Mtoto, it's still ringing, no one is speaking. And thank God that you have talked to the boss, despite right now I don't even know where the boss is. So I don't know. We are really disturbed. I'm from passing there like some 40 minutes ago. That's when I found the gate is closed and the vehicles have left. That's when I followed your live broadcast to say
the facility in Kablonga is not his home. It was a working environment, a safe place, a safe house, as we call them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but his home is elsewhere. Yeah.
Oh no, this is really sad. Zambia, I think this is not the way we know. Even during the day, soldiers are all over the town, all over totaling centers. You are even being intimidated. We are not used to see combats to try to control ballot papers. These ballot papers are being controlled by the police. What is happening? What is happening? This is so scary. Right now, I don't know. I've been trying to find out if at all our boss is safe. We are ready to drive around and see what is happening or where we can pick him. I don't know, because now there's no communication. We don't know whether the boss has been communicated with one of our leaders and is safe. We don't know. This kind of evil. I don't know, Mamba. If the line that called you can, if you are able to communicate with the boss, please share this so that we can know. I am
receiving a lot of confirmation that is, of course, traumatized, and that is finally home.
I understand.
I've received those, messages that is home, but we still have to be careful. We had proof of life. He spoke to me for 17 minutes. And before that, we spoke for 5 minutes. And you could see there was sincerity in his voice. But clearly was distressed and traumatized by the experience. Is he fine? We pray he's fine. But the rest of the people, we can't say the same thing. Yeah.
I don't
know if you have just listened to the message by Tarsila, looking for a husband.
Yes. Imagine the situation.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I really don't know. When we will rush to their house tomorrow morning and see how our boss is.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ramamba. Thank you. May God bless Zambia and may God bless President Brian Mundubile. We failed even our plans was to make sure that we finish what was happening at Kabata Totaling Center. We failed because now our heart was really troubled. People are calling to cry, trying to find out from us, and we had no access whatsoever. This is sad.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Ramamba.
Thank you very much.
Zambia Decides 2026. Zambia Decides 2026. Zambia Decides 2026. Zambia Decides 2026.
So this is the gunpowder that remained
on a bullet that was went. So if you can send to Emmanuel Mwamba.
Yes, I'm going to send to Emmanuel Mwamba right away.
So just taking this picture. Just see the other one for the jeans.
For mom? Let me just take. Let me just take a picture of so this is the bullet that hit Honorable Mutota Kafwaya and went into mom's legs. So they were aimed to kill. That was their main aim.
Bullet hit the wall. And I was lying down. Okay? Yeah. So this is what came from the wall. That was it. Yeah.
This one turned nice. This. Hey. So this is the gunpowder that remained
on a bullet that was went. So if you can send to Emmanuel Mwamba.
Yes, I'm going to send to Emmanuel Mwamba right away.
So just taking this picture. Just see the other one for the jeans.
For mom? Let me just take. Let me just take a picture of so this is the bullet that hit Honorable Mutota Kafwaya and went into mom's legs. So they were aimed to kill. That was their main aim.
Hello caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from and make your contribution. Hello caller.
Hello, Ambassador.
Yes.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from and make your contribution.
Yes, I'll remain anonymous.
Anonymous, make your contribution.
Yes, Ambassador, I'm so saddened. I don't even know how to express what has just happened. And on my part as well, because I volunteered to be one of the polling agents, of which I was the polling agent at one of the constituencies just within Faku. I want to mention, just for safety purposes. So I just volunteered. Then one day we did the work. Actually, I was at the polling station at 5. I spent the whole day without food, without water, but that's not a problem because I know I'm doing it. It's in our country. So in the long run, before we started counting of the presidential votes, we noticed there's a group of people that came They just entered. The presiding officer was somewhere busy, so they just entered with it.
Yes, ma'am. Speak loud a bit, Mama. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so they entered. That's where I was. They just entered without knocking, and they just looked around. There were 5 dressed in black, all dressed in black with the masks on their faces. So when they left, man came in and called on the presiding officer. Yes, our group are being threatened here. So I'm here as one of the people in UPND. Yeah. So I hear there are some people who are disturbing our polling agency. So the presiding officer said, no, I haven't received any news like that, because we are inside. So maybe it would have happened outside. So where we were seated, as polling agents from different political parties, there was this one person. Her aim, it looked more like she was just saying to do something. We had more of rejected ballots for our president, Brian Mondolile. Some which were not even on clear circumstances would ask the presiding officer, please help us. Look at how we are throwing the rejected ballots. Are you sure this ballot is rejected? Yes, according to ECZ, they said any mistake, and you could tell because the whole process, Ambassador, I will tell you, it's only ballots from President Brown Mondolile, which were picked as board. For UPND, none. For other parties, none of the ballots were rejected. Even if we would spot the same mistake, but when it comes to NRPUP, they would always pick and put, and those were the ballots which were spotted in that stream where we were. So we had a bit of some confrontation that they reported out. So as I'm talking right now, I'm really scared. Like I fear. I came back home around 10 from yesterday at 5. I slept at the polling station. We made sure we did everything and everything was done. That's when I left the polling station coming home, not knowing that just immediately I left, people were looking for me. Somebody just called me. We had exchanged numbers with some ladies there. So they told me, the moment you left, there were people who came to say there was some lady who was like the one who had the confrontation with one of you guys. They were looking for you. They're actually looking for you. So my cousin called me to say, oh, well done, job well done, you guys have worked. But I'll tell you, yesterday when you're not around, there are people that came. She runs a liquor store just along the road. Liquor store, just a small liquor store. You know that there are people who followed me because they know that we are related. So they followed her. There was 2 Land Cruisers. There was a Pajero. There were unregistered vehicles, the Matrix and others. So she was also frightened. Like she was scared. She was also threatened. We're going to shut down the business. They tried to threaten her. Luckily, there were people who were passing because it's along the road. So when they saw a lot of vehicles parked at the premise, people got worried. What's happening? What's happening? That's now one of the guys. That's how she was explaining. Like one of the guys came out of the car and said, no, there's nothing happening. They drove, went to actually force themselves into the other polling station, but they were denied access by this officer. So really, what is going on, Ambassador, it's not something that, I'm really short of words because we cannot be living in fear in our own country. We cannot be scared to move. We cannot even do anything. But look at what is happening. This is not the Zambia we want. This is not the Zambia we know. What's going on? Where are the international observers? Where are the people who can come in and rescue this country? Where are the people that can come in and help what is going on? We are fearing for our lives, just being scared. You can't go outside, you can't move, because the moment you make a step, we don't even know what will happen to our life. So what are we going to do? Where is the church? Where are the people that can stand in? If something has happened, is it so difficult? I mean, just to, Ambassador, I don't know. I'm so emotional right now, so I have a lot to say, but I don't know. I don't know, Ambassador. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's take some phone calls. I've been sent a video that Honorable Brian Munduvile is home, and I've played that video. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from and make your contribution.
This is Precious Ilungu from Livingston. It's really sad to see that this is now what we are experiencing. You know, I was shedding tears when I heard Honorable Tasila talking about her husband. So now I fail to understand, why is it for President he keeps on lying to the nation that we need to have free and fair elections, and now we can witness what is happening under his government. People, they are being killed. Now you can see Mtoto Kafaya was shot twice. And luckily Chilema is free where he is there. He really came to post on social media pretending like all is well. This is why I'm saying this man is a danger to the nation, and we cannot tolerate what is happening right now. Look at what ICZ they are doing right now. They are not giving us free and fair elections. They fooled the nation that they are coming to tell the people the results. But what did they do? They just came up with 4 constituencies. Out of 222, they failed to tell the nation. What are they still waiting for? Why are they delaying? They know the reason why they are doing this. It's because they want to bring confusion in this country. We are going to lose so many lives if we are not going to stand and fight for what is right. Let us not allow the ECZ and our President Chilema to continue taking advantage of people of Zambia. Zambia does not belong to ECZ or Chilema. Zambia is for all of us. Now who knows where the husband to Honorable Tasila is, and where is it the police are failing to tell the nation who they shot, who did they kill? They should tell the nation. This is not right. President you lied against Malongo that in his time there was gassing, there was killing, but today we are witnessing the same thing that was happening in 2019. Why are you doing this? Please have mercy on the people of Zambia. Thank you very much. May the Almighty God who sees in secret continue fighting our battles. I'm sure the tag was Honorable Tasila. The wanted Honorable Tasila. Oh God.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from and make your contribution.
Ambassador Neo Mutale Alex. Ambassador, this is a very emotional day. It's heartbreaking that on this day, after maybe 60 years of from the day of independence, that Zambia is going through what is going through today. Zambia has always been a country of peace. We had elections before under President Kaunda. Chuluba took over. There was a smooth transition of power. Yes, there was pockets of violence, but ultimately there was peace. We saw MMD and the PF taking over from MMD and UPND taking over from PF. There was always a transition, peace transition.
ECZ has always conducted itself non-partisan. But seeing what HH is doing at the point when people have casted their votes, you go and abduct a candidate treated in such a way. This is an uncalled for. Yes, Hakainde has got his supporters. He should remember that all these people who have voted in favor of President Brian Mundubire, those are the supporters. If they can turn this country upside down, at which I, for one, am not supporting that. But we should not push the army, should not push, or HH should not push people to the against the war. Otherwise, people will rise and burn. The other people who are watching and looking with a lot of interest to see that Zambia is on fire. And one of those people who wants to see that Zambia is on fire is nobody else but HH himself. Because the man is evil, is a satanist, is name it. If he had a heart for this country, trust me, he cannot treat his Zambians in such a way. Ambassador, what has happened today, even you who are in America, I'm urging you, Ambassador, that the reason why America has been always a big brother is a big brother in times like this. I'm calling upon the international community, I'm calling upon the American government that they should intervene in this issue. It's not about the donation they give us, the aid they give us. No, it's about seeing what is happening in times like this. That's when we need them. We need the American to come in. We need the British to come in. These are the people who have been highly praising this guy, HH, that is a good president. Let them now come out and criticize and condemn and tell him to stop. We don't want this stupidity of HH, Ambassador. He has gone too far. You know him, he can run away. But how many Zambians will suffer? How many lives is he going to sacrifice? Don't forget, every blood that comes out, it's actually adding life to HH because he is a satanist. He is a satanist. So Ambassador, HH should not take Zambians for a ride. I think Zambians, they can rise, they can fight, they can conquer, and they decided to conquer through the ballot box. Why should we allow people to die? Why should we allow gunshots? Yes, they say change must come through the ballot, through the bullet. But we chose the ballot. We chose the ballot in the right way, not through the bullet. It's him who's bringing the bullet. ECZ, instead of arresting and commanding the police, instead of arresting those in Kalufia, they have been putting out videos in daylight. They have been walking around. Yesterday they went and attacked Yenga. No arrest has been done. Even when they stopped those announcing, they could have actually said we are stopping because the UPND cadres are causing violence. No arrest has been done, and people are watching. This country does not belong to this stupid HH alone or UPND. It belongs to all of us as Zambians. Ambassador, we are ready to see even more than this. So this man should not take us for a ride. I'm urging again, Ambassador, through you, it's a blessing in disguise that you are that far away from home. Imagine if you are in Zambia today with the way you post, the way you speak. Okay, but this time around, we are that side, Ambassador. We are actually depending, me personally, to speak about, let me speak my opinion. You are the Messiah at this hour. You have to speak to all your colleagues, all your friends, the senators. Speak to them, engage them that Zambia must be liberated from this evil guy. Thank you, Ambassador.
Thank you very much. I've got a caller waiting here. Other caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from and make your contribution.
For today, Ambassador Mwamba, I'm going to hide my name for a reason, and I will explain a bit the reason why I'm going to hide my identity. But I'm calling within Lusaka Matero. Okay. Good evening there, Mr. Mwamba.
Good evening.
Okay. Mr. Mwamba, most of the times, these our leaders, we have been engaging them. Because some of us, why we are hiding our identities, is because we are very, very much close at times to these people who are ruling. So now we know their plans, we know what they planned, we know their bad motives. Most of the times I've been trying by all means to engage these our leaders as candidates. I wanted to give them the tactics on how to guard and protect the votes. Mr. Mwamba, me, I haven't been an active politician, but I've been a politician. I've been following politics underground, and then what I've been doing, my aim was just to give light to these our candidates so that they should be prepared. Like in the case of Matero, Matero constituents have been getting some information which are very, very bad, like what happened to Chawama. These cadres, UPND cadres, they went and still ballot box. I heard their plan, I knew their plan before election started, and then I had to let know the people who are in Matero, but they ignored me, and in fact I had to force it because I didn't have any ID to participate in this year's elections, like in monitoring or observing elections. So now what I did, I made sure that the day before the day of voting, I had to engage the candidates in Matero, and finally one of them answered my calls, and then they told me to join them, but again they never believed that maybe I was to their side. But finally, on the day of voting, I went as early as 003, and when I voted, that's when I saw to say these people, their plans is true. What I've been getting from these UPND guys who are close to me. So now what I did after I voted, I went home, I ate, I bathed, so that I start engaging these candidates again. So finally, I engaged the candidate of Matero, Mr. Sauros, yes. And in fact, you heard the rumor to say at Lilanda, the UPND cadres, they had guns. For real, I had to force myself to enter inside the polling station after the election were closed. I said, I've come, I'm a citizen, I have voted, I have come to guard and protect the votes. Until you count, that's when I'll go home. So now they never knew that I was communicating with these candidates. I was giving them the information. To be honest, Mr. Mwamba, the way we are right now in Zambia is very dangerous. But I'm telling you, these people are very much eager to inflate the figures. I can tell you, like, there's a gentleman who has said the ballots for Mr. Brian Mundubile, most of them were being rejected. To be honest, I was there, and to me, I was very, very tough. I spent the whole night. Imagine from yesterday, I spent the whole night in the same polling station. We were counting together. I never gave them chance. Police officers who are related to UPND were moving up and down, and they even reached up to the extent of switching off power. I even informed the honorable to say, right now here they've switched off power. Please prepare guys who are strong, because there was a UPND cadre here who has just come round to spy, and then that guy knew me. That's why he didn't even spend much of the time, because he knew me. He knows my motives again, to say I've been telling these candidates to say, be strong, guys. And for you, if there's a place which hasn't been tempered within Matero, is Mambirima and Chingwere. These are the places, amongst the places where there are polling stations. I was there, I was moving around myself, and in fact, one class, there was tension, because polling agent for ECZ, he wanted to do a to read, and then one of the people from the political parties, NRPUB, I told that person to say, this person is not, this person looks like he is a crook. Be careful with this. And for you, they got the ballot papers. They wanted to start pre-marking the ballots. I had to inform the information to the honorable, and the honorable in the morning came to Mambirima school. For you, I'm telling you, Mr. Mwamba, it's only me who has tried my best. I even told the MP to say, me, I'm doing this for free. No one should bother to pay me anything. I just want to do this work because I know the information. Thank you very much, Mr. Mwamba. We are getting you. We are hearing to you. Thank you for now.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from and make your contribution. Hello, caller.
Hello, I will hide my name for the sake of my safety.
Thank you very much.
I'm calling from Washington, D.C.
Okay, my dear sister, make your contribution.
Yes, so I have a family member that was monitoring elections in Kanyama constituency. And when they were, busy counting the ballots, they saw men dressed in black with weapons. He was lucky enough to escape and found himself in one of the houses. Right now, as I speak, he's in hiding because they are looking for him. He's one of the people that he's wanted the most, and because he has some very important family members that are in the forefront in the party. So right now we are worried because one of his family members, I don't want to mention his name, there are rumors on Facebook. It's not confirmed, but we're just seeing that one of his family members has been killed. We have tried to call the phone, but it's not going through. So my complaint is, what kind of an election is this? Because people that are in power have all the resources that we, the opposition, don't even have. We people in the opposition, the only thing that we're doing is just to protect the vote. We are not bringing any violence. The only thing is we're just protecting our vote. But being in these places to protect our vote, and we see people coming in trying to kill us, and now it's very painful for us because now we have family members that they are in hiding. I'm even scared to mention their names right now because we don't know what might happen to them.
Hello. Thank you, my dear sister. Thank you very much. Just a minute. Let me just hold on. Let me take this call and then I speak to you. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from and make your contribution.
Hello.
Just a minute, Mr. President. Just a minute. Hello, caller. Would you like to proceed with your contribution?
I want to mention my name for a second.
That's okay. Mr. President.
Hello. Yes, so I also want to add my voice concerning what is going on in Zambia. Hello.
Oh, it's like the caller is gone. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from and make your contribution. Let me bring in my guest, Augustine has just joined me. Hello, caller.
Good evening, Honorable.
Hello, good evening.
Okay, thank you. Just hide my ID. Calling from Zambia, Northwestern Province.
Make your contribution, my brother.
Okay, thank you. I just want to allude to the situation where we are in now. I want to confirm to say I voted and I went back to go and protect my vote. But the situation which is happening here in Northwestern Province is not good. Honorable Mwamba, I'll tell you to say, whenever the vote is announced to say this is for PM, Brian Mundubile, the guys inside there, they used to say, can we see the validity of the votes? Okay? And I had some counter-attack from guys whereby the vote is well marked, but they were saying it has some issues and they wanted to put as rejected vote. So we raised some issues with some other guys to say this is not good. Whenever they say HH has won, they will pass the vote. But whenever they announce they want to make sure that everything is checked on that particular vote. So I think this is not good as a country. We are one, and we have to make sure that whatever we are doing, let us win and protect our votes for PM. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, let me bring my dear brother. Augustine, you've been overwhelmed by all these events. We've missed you the last 2 days. And thank you for joining me this late. I just felt that after we covered Honorable Brian Mundubile here and he gave us that, interview expressing the harrowing experience he had just gone through, I thought people needed to air their views, and we didn't have time at the time. So that's why I've had this special broadcast. Just go through the issues and tell us.
Ambassador, first of all, I want to congratulate the Zambian people for turning out in huge numbers in various areas where they exercised their right to vote. And they did so peacefully, calmly. They made their decision, and I think having made such a decision, we expect that the Electoral Commission of Zambia would respect the will of the Zambians and what they decided at the ballot. It is unfortunate that we are experiencing one of the saddest moments in our country, in our democracy. I've lived through all the democratic elections since 1991, and I'm here to attest that we've never experienced what we're experiencing under President Hakainde Hichilema. In as much as we've seen soldiers on the streets during elections to maintain peace, we've never seen a president issue orders to soldiers to walk in an opposition leader's house and start shooting indiscriminately as if these are criminals. President Brian Mundubile has not declared himself winner. He has done exactly what President Hakainde Hichilema was doing in the opposition. President Hakainde Hichilema would demand for results. President Hakainde Hichilema is on record demanding that the Electoral Commission of Zambia expedites the process of announcing the results. He did so even in highly charged moments when people could go on the streets, but no one visited his home during that period to treat him the manner he's treated Brian Mundubile. Today we are hearing that there were serious gunshots at the residence of the opposition leader. And we have potentially lost lives. It therefore means that President Hakainde Hichilema has decided to shed blood for him to remain in office. Unfortunately, President Hakainde Hichilema's hands are stained with blood right now, because when the UPND came on the scene and they won the 2021 election, when President Edgar Lungu conceded defeat, we did have a moment of death in Northwestern Province. A gentleman by the name of Kungo was killed by UPND cadres, who President Hakainde Hichilema released when he came into power. Today, with the instruments of power, and before the Electoral Commission of Zambia announces the results, President Hakainde Hichilema ordered the military to go and kill fellow Zambians. Ladies and gentlemen, is this the Zambia we want? The people did not go to the ballot to see their relatives in cold blood. The people did not go to the ballot to witness what we are witnessing today. What was the agency of sending soldiers to President Brian Mundubele's residence? If President Hakainde Hichilema is convinced that by merely demanding the Electoral Commission respect the will of the people, announce the votes that reflect what was reflected at the polling station, was a criminal offense, he could have easily invited him to the police. Even tomorrow is Saturday, Sunday or Monday, he could have invited him. That is how a democracy operates. When did Zambia become a war zone? That a private residence would be accessed by armored military vehicles. I am saddened. I've been making frantic phone calls just to understand the extent of damage that was caused. The information coming out of Lusaka is worrying, and we hope that in the morning, the head of state, because those men could not have acted without an order from the commander-in-chief. The commander-in-chief of the armed forces in Zambia is President Hakainde Hichilema. And if this is the path President Hakainde Hichilema has taken, we hope he's ready to face the International Criminal Court, because these are issues that will not rest on Zambian soil. We will have to pursue justice. We will have to pursue the president until the Zambian people appreciate the peace that they've enjoyed. Dr. Kenneth Kaunda was in power for 27 years. He graciously conceded defeat to Dr. Frederick Chiluba. Dr. Frederick Chiluba was in power for 10 years. He handed over the mantle to Dr. Levi Patrick Mwanawasa. Dr. Levi Patrick Mwanawasa unfortunately left us with President Rupia Banda picking up the baton. And when President Rupia Banda lost to President Michael Sata, he too handed over the baton to a fellow Zambian. Unfortunately, President Michael Sata left us. The Zambian people chose the late President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. And when the time came that the Zambian people decided to excuse President Edgar Chagwa Lungu for his second term, President Edgar Chagwa Lungu graciously accepted. Even when he could have chosen a different path. All these presidents could have chosen a different path. But they loved their country. They loved the people they serve. And they therefore left peace. They passed on the baton and gave it to the next person to take over. However, President Hakainde Hichilema today is causing unnecessary tension. Unnecessary tension. As a leader, he should have accepted the will of the people. He will need to accept the will of the people. The election after the Zambian people voted has been marred with irregularities. Yesterday, we kept alerting authorities that, look, your cadres, the ruling party cadres, are disrupting votes, particularly in Lusaka, where the opposition was leading and has won. We came later to learn that that was part of the scheme to delay the announcement of the results. Because if you look at the Transparency International Zambia statement, I think incidents of violence, Ambassador, were less than 200, round about 156, 160 thereabout, against 13,000 plus polling stations. The Electoral Commission of Zambia decided to suspend results for 24 hours. Pressure mounted that they could not suspend the results for that long. They then later on rescinded their decision. And when they rescinded that decision, they made a statement, they made a commitment to start announcing the results. They have announced 4 constituencies. And predominantly, these constituencies are in the stronghold of President Hakainde Hichilema, except for, of course, Kaputa, where our dear brother Elvis Nkando appears to have won and that campaigned in that area for a long time. You also remember that the opposition NRPUP was not allowed to campaign on the pretext that there was violence in that constituency. That gimmick was used to ensure that they maximize on the support they had garnered because of Elvis. And I think, as you can see, the results appear to have tilted presidential in, I think, Kundawika constituency in Kaputa. There's President Hakainde Hichilema is leading. So those are the results they announced. Ambassador, this is a sad moment for Zambia. It is very, very sad. I looked at the video for Honorable Brian Mundubile. The shrapnel from his head, the wound, the only sin, if at all it's a sin he has committed, is to exercise his right as a Zambian, which is enshrined in the Constitution, to aspire for leadership, public office, the highest public office. President Hakainde Hichilema himself aspired for this office. He should have been magnanimous. Having been in opposition, a political party that was in the opposition for 25 years, or 23 years, so to speak, that opposition party should have allowed democracy to thrive. This is not democracy. This is not democracy, and we have to call our leaders to answer. They have to answer for all their lives. I understand there was a polling agent that was killed in Matero. Why should a polling agent be killed for being a part of a democratic process? everyone who has caused and has participated in the death of any Zambian to participate, so that they can participate, or to prevent them from participating in the election, must be called to answer. We have to explore all the necessary avenues to ensure that our leaders are held accountable for the lives that they have not protected. Because our constitution deposits power within our leaders to protect the lives of every Zambian. And President Hakainde Hichilema saw to that constitution to protect the lives of Zambians. He cannot be the lead in taking down the lives of Zambians. And for any life that may have been lost in today's ambush by the Zambia Army Special Forces, President Hakainde Hichilema and his blood-stained hands will have to be held accountable. There is no way an election should end up like this. There is no way an active electoral process. And oddly, while there is this situation, the Electoral Commission of Zambia, which suspended elections for 24 hours, proceeded to announce the opposition leader has been abducted. The police published a statement announcing they had not arrested him. The permanent secretary for information walked into Ibex Hill police station as if it was a public relations stunt, as if he was mocking us, as if he was mocking the Zambian that voted for Brian Mundui, when they know that they had carried out a military operation at a private residence. They carried out a military operation at a private residence of a Zambian. The Zambia Army does not have any mandate to walk into a private residence. So if they carried out such a military operation at a private residence, who ordered such an operation, it can only be President Hakainde Hichilema. And we want to hear it from you, sir. We want to hear from the president. Why did he issue orders for a military operation at an opposition leader's private residence? What information did he have that necessitated the use of such force? What information did he have? President Brian Mundubile is not a rebel leader. He does not have a rebellion. All he has done is to participate in a democratic process. And if any Zambian aspires for public office, they are protected by the Constitution. It's very unfortunate. The situation is still fluid. We are still collecting the information. We are still trying to account for people. Honorable Mtoto Kafwaya, one of the most humble ministers ministers of the world, first of all. One of the most affable public officers you can come across. A gentleman he is. Has allegedly been shot twice. Where is he? Who ordered the shooting of an unarmed Honorable Mtoto Kafwaya? Honorable Tarsila Lungu's husband, Patrick Mwansa, a former civic leader in our community, right in Kablonga, is still unaccounted for. Where is he? An eminent lawyer in George Chisanga, a presidential spokesperson, it is only normal for him to have been found in that residence because that was his president. Where is he? Where are the security personnel that were with Honorable Brian Mundubile? We are demanding to know, and President Hakainde, not even the Zambia Army commander, this one was instructions from the office of the commander-in-chief. And if the commander-in-chief issued instructions to invade a private residence, he himself must come and tell the nation why he issued such instructions. We are waiting. In 2021, people supported President Hakainde Hichilema because they believed it was his democratic right to participate in an electoral process. In as much as the UPND killed someone, which they have confessed they themselves. They killed someone in the Northwestern Province. They killed themselves even in Mongo. I hope they've done something for Lawrence Banda's family. Because from what I've gathered, Lawrence Banda's family is in squalor when they themselves have made millions of money from electricity deals. But that Lawrence Banda was killed because he was with them. Mr. President, we are calling you to come out of state. In fact, you don't even live in State House. We're calling you out to come out of Community House to tell us why you had an invasion in a private home. Tell us how much military operation Honorable Brian Mundubile had for you to send not even an infantry. You sent special forces. Why are you abusing the laws? Why are you abusing your authority? Zambia belongs to every one of us. It belongs to those who voted for you. It also belongs to those who didn't vote for you. That is an election. We are saddened. This is not a happy day for all of us. We are hoping this does not continue. If the people of Zambia want to protest, if the people of Zambia want to go on the street and say they are not happy with the results, they have a right to demonstration. Allow them to do it.
Thank you for those strong words, clear but with thoughts of clarity. Dear viewers, we thought we could review the events of the day and that I could be joined by Augustine. Augustine, I'll need you for the morning show, the breakfast show in a few hours. I could not kulala, take some rest. Probably you can offer your last words of encouragement probably to the country and again maybe Morocco to the leadership. So we allow people to mull over the details that we've given them. Tasila Lungu's emotional appeal, calling for where her husband is, and the traumatic experience as spoken to by Brian Mundubile. Family have been sent that video, and Brian Mundubile says he's home. He's home. He's safe. We pray for him, but we cannot say the same for those that were shot, that were beaten, that were badly injured, and we hope to hear for a formal statement from the police. I think we might have a caller. Caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from, and make your contribution before we close.
Dr. K from
Hey,
California.
Dr. K. Thank you, Dr. K. Make your contribution.
Vamwambana landa kumchumba na mchisungu. What has happened today could be yesterday in Zambian time. Is something that we should not take lightly. If Zambia, for all its years that it has survived, we've gone through some small problems. I do remember very clearly the first time that I remember the military being on the streets, in the Kwadiama riot 1986 Ayabunga. We had the military on the streets, but it was a curfew mostly at night. Then the other one was the time Uwangalu Chembe took over temporarily or announced that he has taken over the country. And we had this military. I remember that time I was in my first year at Ivanon College. The military that were on the streets were basically celebrating together with the people. They were not shooting anybody or beating anybody. That's how it was. The other times, I'm told something happened in between, but I was here in America. This is the first time I'm seeing it personally in this most recent time. What has happened today is a travesty, something that we didn't expect. But I want to respond to my brother who you have there as a guest. Thank you so much, my brother, for having, participated in discussing this thing with Vamwamba. The answer I have for you is, what crime did Mundubile commit? I have only one crime that I've checked that he committed. This crime, HH has committed 5 times. This crime, Vamwamba has committed in his thoughts. I've committed it in my thoughts. You've committed it in your thoughts. The crime is to aspire to become a president of Zambia. I don't know who has ever suffered for having this crime or committed this crime. It's for the first time I'm seeing this happening. 5 times HH committed this crime. Nobody sent the military to go and apprehend him. The only time the police, not the military, went to his home is when he committed that crime of trying to kill the president, Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Vehicular manslaughter or vehicular murder. That's what he wanted to do. But to have probably lost lives because of somebody's aspirations, it's very difficult to fathom. I can't. Vamwamba, honestly, for your President Mundubile to call you and discuss this on your media, he wanted the world to hear. And he said it, that this is what is happening. And I'm appealing to people in Zambia, neighboring countries, and all such things. I'm telling you, some people have mentioned that, Sadiq is there, about this. Those are just friends. The party of Bengachi, the party of Chile, Nalialola, Tamba, Tafati. I can give you an example of what took place in Tanzania. This is upon ourselves as Zambians. I've had calls from Zambia telling me, yo boy, we isa kukuno Zambia because uralanda pap HH. Number tamba kutina kumwenso Vamwamba. That is not right. is our country, and when we give you power to lead us, no. You cannot be the sole player for the team. Let others participate. And when others participate, that's when we know who's the best. Wazam national team tabateyabeka bola na ngubankana tabateyabeka bali kwata ma opponents otunga shitwaishi bati yo kashwankana bali ishiba nango abe nturumba nyaba Arsenal ba Manchester ba Liverpool ba nani tabateyabeka na baseke ndo abuna ngubeka beka faleteyabeka therefore you have a game. No, for you to work hard you must have a challenger, and this is how competition is. Let competitors participate. And you know what? In the game of politics, the participation is not who's going to order the military. It is who has the best ideas. And if your ideas that we bought from you last time you stood for elections, those were not ideas, let me tell you the truth. Those were lies. Because nothing has been implemented apart from this lie again that have brought school fees, free education. You brought free education. We have had free education in Zambia for years and years. Stop it. Stop it. I've said this before. I've never seen dictators whose lives end happily. Timona devil, na devil win life yako te yakachite endi wino. Thank you, Amwamba, Natasha, but I'm not happy, and I don't think I'll ever be happy about my country with what has taken place today.
Thank you. Thank you
a damage to our image.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you so much for your candid thoughts. Just a minute, let's take the other caller. There's a caller waiting.
Yes.
Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from and make your contribution.
Yes. Yes, Honorable Mamba.
Quickly make your contribution, my brother.
Yes, my brother. This is, I don't know. This is, okay, my name is Joey. I'm calling from Odras. Yeah, my Honorable. Yes. These things which is happening today, I can't even explain nicely because this is abomination to our country, Mother Zambia. Because, Honorable, the driver of Brian Monduvile, it's my brother. Me, I came from Katama, yes, and Seruka. Now, the things which we witness here today in Lusaka, Honorable, please, we need some help from outside the country. Because these people, they wanted to kill the all leadership, and which is not good, because we witness the way they even going to Honorable house and sure to kill even the husband to Tasila Longo, which is not good. And these people, they are Satanists. They get blood from the people and they don't even feel shy. they do things directly, and the people watching closely. The all evidences, it's everywhere. But I even feel sad to a electoral commission of Zambia. They bribe them, and them they do some, you know, Mundubile won. We won the elections, clearly. Everyone knows. But what is the problem? Because Mundubile exercise is online, so that everyone, even the outsiders, to witness. But them now, they discussed to say no, we are going to give you the money from the commander, the all commanders, and the leadership, the head of OP. They cropped them, and they went now wanted to kill Munduvire. Now look, even bodyguard died. Mutotoka fire, 2 bullets. Look at the wife to our honorable. It's really, really sad. And even another instance there in Solwezi, somewhere there. We even see the things which is happening there. But this is our country.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. Yama Natasha Sana your phone. Let's just take some more calls before we close. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
This is Kapia, sir, from Chicago.
Kapia, make your contribution, my dear sister.
Yeah, so my contribution is, sir, this what happened to the incoming president, Brian Mundubile. To me, I feel it was staged and a distraction, as well as a manipulation, so that bafunga nyama Zambians won't, because there is no way idia yachitikafie papita fishite nono machitana open okwambo kuchita announce ama results, so twapapata ayama meet ama nani kaneno ayama platforms yenu. Let us change the narrative, because after yatika incident yaba Mundubile ili ashiria change afyapiri bukabatampa nokuchita atampa nokuchita lead. He's leading from nowhere. Iris Kaingu Alusa from nowhere. Fiatampa fyakuchinja within a period pachivera ija confusion. It was staged. Sata pati nefi yakufisa na shani. Fiachipangwashi. It was a planned thing. But the real thing on the ground, it's the opposite. So please, I am a platform. Isn't to fika nefi batampa okulanda. Already it's there. This one is leading. From nowhere, even Kampamba Mulengana was won. Really? No. Let us say no. Iyi narrative bapanga. Ayama results batampa kukulanda na shani fiabufi. Bapanga isn't to post pa social media. It's our chimoni. They want to make a headline in tomorrow's paper to say Hakainde Hichilema is now leading, which is a lie. So what is our way? No, sir, please. Use your platform to tell the world that no, this happened immediately. And why would they close? Confusion. Not the entire country. Why would they do that? However, sir, please use this platform to tell the world too. Let us oppose. He cannot lead. This is what I wanted to say, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear sister. Thank you. Hello, your last caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from. Hello? Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yes. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from and make your contribution.
Okay. This is Mansa.
Mansa, make your contribution.
Mansa, can you hear me?
Yes, make your contribution.
I'm very grateful. and we appreciate the program. Disheartening to hear what we have learned about our president being attacked. Yes, so now. Yes, this is Elam. I'm calling you from Lusaka, Ambassador. I'm so happy that you could take my call. Yes, Ambassador.
My brother, we can hear you. Just proceed and make your contribution.
Yes, please. So my suggestion is for the safety of our president and his family, I've texted you. Please read the message that I've texted you. I don't want to say it on the air.
Thank you, my brother. I'm grateful. Thank you. Hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from and make your contribution.
Yeah, good morning. I don't know if it's afternoon. I'm calling from Australia. This is Nicholas. I'm one of your callers.
Yes, Nicholas.
Yeah. So, it's very unfortunate for our nation to go through what we're going through at the moment. But then I would want to comment Pariba Nevas Mumba because Eva advisor Hala HHila. Him is claiming that he's a man of God. If he's a man of God, he should stand up and condemn whatsoever they are doing with the president. You cannot unleash the army on innocent people. A person that was just resting, participated in his constitutional rights as a presidential candidate, you can't do that. So, because we know that the other day I heard him calling President Munduvile and President Makebi that these boys but when you look at the attack, what is the meaning of that attack? So that is where Zambia should wake up. If you allow UPND to be in power again, you allow they steal the votes, then we are in trouble. It will be another Uganda that we've never seen, the worst of its kind. So I think Zambians, let's protect this. This is our time to get rid of them. Because if they can manage to control the army, they control the police officers, they control everything, including the electoral commission that is supposed to be independent, they control. Imagine in 5 years what they are going to control. Because in 4 years, they managed to do what they are doing. Now, give them another mandate. Allow them to steal the votes. What will happen will be worse. I'm encouraging the Zambians. Let us all stand together and defend our democracy. Defend our peace that we've enjoyed. Defend our Christian nation so that we can live in peace and enjoy whatever we have, the prosperity that we have. I would finally state that it means that if you're waiting, when they are out of power, people will get to know even what they are claiming that they are reserves, whatsoever they are claiming that they've scored. They haven't scored. There is something that they've done, and they are trying to hide by unleashing violence on people, armies on people. It is very sad, Bamwamba. I encourage Zambia to stand strong. Thank you so much, Bamwamba.
Thank you very much. Augustine, are you ready? We wrap up and we go. Then we see you in the morning. Yeah.
It's been again.
Yes, Brian. Yeah. Sorry, Augustine. So
yeah.
Let's meet tomorrow in the morning in a few hours' time to come and do the update and review the newspapers and the results that ECZ will have done.
Okay. All right. No worries. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. ending.